Yeah, I'm here together at the Social Business Forum with Ram Menon. You're from TIBCO and in
That's right.
charge for the tibbr solution from TIBCO.
That's
Can you
right.
please explain me a little bit more about tibbr? What's it all about? What are the key differentiators of tibbr comparing to other solutions within the market?
Sure. tibbr is an enterprise social solution that allows you to deploy an enterprise social network within your firewall or on the cloud. The key differentiators of tibbr are we have leveraged TIBCO's infrastructure technology and made it very easy to deploy. For example, we can deploy on-premise or in the cloud virtually in hours for thousands and thousands of people. The second key differentiator is again leveraging TIBCO's technology. We can not only follow people, which is very common, not only in consumer social networks but other enterprise social solutions, but we can also follow applications. We can follow business processes. We can bring information from other enterprise systems so that all the sources of work can actually post on your wall. The third thing is another key differentiator is we actually make IT happy. We have a very robust set of entitlements that allow you to protect and segment your information so that the right people can see the information. Secondly, we also allow you to plug into your existing security infrastructure that is in place to manage your solution. Last but not the least, we pioneered the concept of subjects. With subjects, that could be either customers in Germany in a particular sector, you can really segment the information to make sure that the relevant people are able to subscribe or follow the information that's relevant to them on their job. So we believe that these are some of the key differentiators: making it easy, making sure IT is happy and security is taken care of, providing people on-premise or on the cloud, and the ability to segment and really fine-tune information in a granular manner that will deliver a much more robust enterprise social networking solution.
So technically speaking, the tibbr solution is a social layer on top of the integration bus of TIBCO?
It is not on the integration bus. We do leverage various pieces of existing technology, but tibbr can work without any TIBCO technology in place. We have miniaturized many of the TIBCO infrastructure thing that we have spent almost $1 billion in R&D to create into tibbr, right? So tibbr can be deployed standalone and used to integrate into systems without any deployment of other additional TIBCO technology.
Coming to your second differentiator about the segmentating, so can you please explain a little bit more in depth about this project? About this approach? Is this a
Sure.
grouping approach, so you group different people, and where do you get the information from it? But because normally you have an enterprise directory where all the information about the co-workers are stored.
Sure.
Are you connecting with the directory and then add on top some social
Sure.
information?
So let me explain. So on the directory, yes, we integrate to Active Directory or any of your LDAP or whatever is your directory of choice, so that you can pull a specific person based on department, their entitlements, what they can see, what they cannot see. So that's one part. The second part about subjects is we believe that the concept of groups is over. How many times have you joined a group and then you realized after a couple of weeks that there's too many emails from that group coming to you, but you still subscribe to that group because at some point somewhere there might be one segment, one email that might be of interesting to you. Instead, with the concept of subjects, what you can do is you can create a taxonomy, and it's up to the company's culture to create that taxonomy. Customers, shipping status, and then you allow people to subscribe to that subject. The reason the subjects are more important is that in the enterprise, you run out of friends as you pass the second hallway. You don't always know the people that you have to actually collaborate with. I'll give you an example from a shipping company, our customer called OOCL. For OOCL, Samsung is a big customer, and the shipping status of Samsung containers is a very important piece of information that usually sits in various systems or is hidden in various emails between people. The Samsung shipping status information is important to somebody in Shenzhen in China, is important to somebody in Long Beach where the ship comes and docks at the port, is important to somebody in Kansas City where the distribution center for Samsung is, as also the end customer. Now, if you create a subject Samsung shipment status and it's available on the network, all these people in various parts of the globe, various parts of the company, realize that that's important for their job and they can start following that subject. They don't necessarily need to know each other. So, subject-based approach can democratize information, making it available based on relevance.
So the grouping is not on the organizational side, but on the topic side.
It's not topic. It's on the relevant, granular element of information.
Okay.
And you can go as granular as you want.
But you said the company will set up the taxonomy. Mm-hmm. So it's a predefined taxonomy that the company is setting up. So because we always talk, if we talk about enterprise or social business technology, we're always talking about emergent structures, mm-hmm. which is a big potential and benefit mm-hmm. from it. So that you're not predefining taxonomies and content structures.
So you can define the structure as you want it, right? The structure is very flexible depending on the culture of the company. So in some companies, for example, TIBCO Software is a Silicon Valley company. We don't define the structure. Employees do. And we believe that if it is a valid structure, people will follow it. And if they don't follow, then you can curate it and take it away. In some other companies, they create the basic structure, right? Order fulfillment, supply chain, delivery. And then the substructures are created by employees. There might be some other cultures where the company decides that they want to create a certain set of taxonomies and they want to control it. That's possible too. So I think the structure, by its very nature, allows a wide spectrum of possibilities in how information is created, managed, aggregated, and disseminated. Mm-hmm. And we give you the choice.
Okay. So how's your perception of the European market? So in comparison also to the US, TIBCO is a US-based company, and how do you see the social business market in Europe? Where do we stand in comparison to the US, and what are the biggest challenges we are faced from an outsider?
Well, I'm not an outsider. I spend a lot of time in Europe, but I'm very encouraged. I think in my mind, European companies are to some extent ahead in terms of understanding the value of social, and they're really the evangelization of social is over. I think most companies are thinking about how to implement it so that they can get meaningful ROI. And they're going about it in a very methodical manner. In yesterday's talk, I mentioned that an overwhelming majority of European countries, over 50% in most countries, professionals are using social tools in one shape or the other. So the evangelizing social is over. It's all about ROI. And we believe with our tool, we can deliver significant ROIs for various companies. So we see a lot of interest. We have a lot of large customers here in Europe already, and that's why I'm here often.
In a recent interview I did with Byung Chang from Broadvision, he told me that he's seeing the enterprise to O journey, if we measure it in a clock from 1 o'clock to 24 at night or 12 o'clock p.m., He was stating that we're just at 6 o'clock in the morning. What is your measurement on this?
Well, I don't think you can measure it in a clock format in that sense. I think where we are is we are over the hump on people being suspicious, people being, scared, people being cautious about this is, I want to do something like Facebook, but I don't want to use Facebook. We're over that hump. I think the next phase is really where companies get tangible business value out of this transparency that the social revolution is bringing. And I think it'll come faster than many other technologies because unlike many other technologies, this is a paramount focus on the user. It's all about the user. So I think adoption will be a lot faster, perhaps much faster than any of the other things we've been talking about for a long time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.